So after severe cabin fever and burnout due to the entire world essentially being down for maintenance for the last 2 years, in a brief moment of respite in Japan's battle against COVID, I managed to escape the ridiculously blistering heat of Kanto and head up to Hokkaido for a few days. Now, I'd been to Hokkaido before, roughly around the time that COVID started to cause problems for travel and airlines, but I'd been longing to go back, mainly for the climate, but also for the food, museums, and the extremely different vibe that you get from Tokyo and Yokohama. Now, the hotel that I'd booked to stay in was interesting because it was a hotel company that specialized in making apartment-style rooms with the intention of giving you a home away from home kind of vibe. But safe to say, the room itself was pretty neat, and I was a mere 10-minute walk from the center of Sapporo. And the first thing I did was head into Suskino, which is the entertainment and nightlife district of Sapporo, and after some Hokkaido famous miso butter ramen, I headed to Sapporo Tower after the sun had set for that iconic view. The next morning, I headed to the historical village of Hokkaido, an open-air museum housing over 60 buildings from the Meiji and Taisho eras in Japan, a time in which Hokkaido was famous for its large-scale developments, though my mind was quickly taken away from the historical and cultural significance of the entire museum by the terrifying mannequins they had placed throughout. After dodging the murderous-looking mannequins, I fled the main section of the museum to the tranquil fishing village, which was all but empty. A brief moment of respite before finding myself at the agricultural college dormitories, which seemed more akin to a horror movie set than a preserved educational institute. I even bumped into some old friends inside. Despite holding some incredibly interesting exhibits, the entire experience of the college was overshadowed by a certain room where, given my limited understanding of kanji, I found some buttons, and this happened. And to my horror, this song blasts throughout the entire college campus, not just in this room. Maybe it was time to get out of there. And before the day's end, I was desperate to get one of Hokkaido's iconic foods off the list. The Sapporo Beer Museum. Now, much to everyone's surprise, including my own, I actually don't like beer. But Japanese beer has certain qualities that are beginning to bring me around to the idea of liking it again. Now, inside the museum, you can take a comprehensive tour of the in-depth process and history of the 250-year-old brewery, learning about its founding, struggles, and rise to becoming Japan's most famous and successful beer. Or you can skip all of that and just drink it. Have a guess at which one I did. Conveniently, on this day, which also happened to be my birthday, after returning to the apartment, I discovered that the largest fireworks festival in all of Hokkaido happened to be taking place that evening, and miraculously, the room I had in the apartment was positioned for the perfect view. Not a bad way to celebrate being 1 year closer to my demise. On my final full day, I decided to check out the town of Otaru, something that I had missed the last time I visited Hokkaido. Otaru felt closer to Okinawa than mainland Japan, which was wonderful considering the much cooler climate and lower humidity. And don't worry, it wasn't without its incredible English marketing too. After a whirlwind boat tour of the Otaru coastline, and being hunted by the world's most persistent seagulls, I'd made it my mission to have some authentic sushi whilst in a town and island that was famous for its seafood. Safe to say it didn't disappoint. And rushing around relentlessly for 3 days took its toll, and with my final evening coming to a close, there was only one way to spend it that wasn't karaoke. What's so bad at this? Should we try again?